Welcome. It is so exciting today. When I woke up and saw the rain and said, oh my goodness, maybe they won't show up. But you did, and I am so excited. Well, since you have your bag in front of you, I just want you to take a look at what's in the bag. Before you open the bag, look at the front. And what I want you to notice is that we will be celebrating 100 years of graduate education in the 2010. Beginning in January throughout the whole fiscal or calendar year, we will be having all sorts of celebrations to celebrate 100 years of formalized graduate education on this campus. Now, we had graduate education prior to prior to 1910, but it was formally organized into a graduate school. So I'm going to challenge each and every one of you as you go back to your departments to look at opportunities within your programs, departments, and schools and colleges where there's events that you are normally doing or are special events that you're planning just in general for the year that we can help you highlight as part of our celebration. We want everyone across this campus to participate. So, and then on the back side, what I want you to notice is Verizon. Verizon has been a dear supporter of graduate education, and they have been providing fellowships. They're sponsoring assisting us sponsoring this orientation, and they are really committed to graduate education. So inside your bag, of course, you've got a program. And if you look at your program and turn to the last page, you will see all the wonderful donors that, and local businesses that have helped us put the door prizes together. And I'm not going to read through all of them, but I want you to take note of them because as we went around and talked to them about your coming, would they want to help us welcome you? They gladly said yes. And so when you have the chance and you stop by their different places, tell them that you're a new graduate student and that you thank them for working with us. You've got a bookmark, which is always helpful, again, to remind you that the centennial year is coming up. This is the best map you'll ever find. I use it all the time, and when I first got on campus, I was using it to find different buildings, and I carry extra ones in my pocket so that when I meet people that need a map, I've got one for them. You also have information about academic honesty policy, and I will say right now that I take that policy very, very seriously. And so we'll have folks that will be talking about that. You have a little information about health insurance as well. So let me begin with some of my remarks. First of all, I feel like it's a celebration. You know, this summer I had the chance to do whitewater rafting. Now I've done floating down the river on a raft where you just sort of paddle a little bit. I've rafted in North Carolina and it wasn't too difficult, but this was up in Maine and on the Penobscot River. And apparently, thank God they didn't tell me this till afterwards, but it's one of the 3 most challenging rivers to do whitewater rafting on. Moi, who is so experienced, said, okay, let's go do, class 5. So there we did. And as I'm going up to put the raft in and I'm hearing the roaring of the water, and I'm saying, what am I doing? The adrenaline was rushing. I was scared to death. I had a guide. I had other people in the boat, most of whom were not experienced like me. And you know what? We did it. We got through it, and it was the best experience of my life. And why am I telling you this story? Because graduate education is like that at times. We're all excited. We're here. The adrenaline's flowing. And sometimes during the middle of the process, we go, what am I doing here? Because there are so many challenges around you that if you don't keep focused, you won't make it to the goal. And we want you to make it to the goal. And I think that was the thing that kept me going down that river, was to stay focused, and my job was to stay in that boat and get to the end. And so your job is to stay focused, pay attention to all the guidelines and the roadmap, and get to the end. And the end is graduation. And that is a wonderful celebration. And it is great. Your family, friends are there to help you celebrate the end. So never forget that your goal is destination graduation, and that graduate education is a process, and that you want to continue to look towards that goal and stay focused. And what I want to recommend is that you start early, thinking about who's going to be on my committee. You don't have to decide tomorrow, but you need to think about that. Think about your research, constantly ask questions, get to know the faculty. That's the number one key thing you need to do. And get to know your colleagues. And so make a friend here, a person that's not in your department, and that can be a good buddy that you can have as you go through graduate school. I will tell you that many of my good friends, not only are in my discipline, but they were friends outside that I still have today. I want you to ask questions, lots of questions as you go along the process. I want you to be responsible and self-reliant. Your professors are going to expect that of you. Start early, set a timeline. When in doubt, don't assume. When in doubt, go to the handbook. Go to the website for information, email us, we'll definitely help you. Read that departmental handbook. There is a graduate bulletin. Get to know your graduate coordinator. They are all there to help you. They are there as well as we are. We want to make sure that I see all 900 of you at graduation. Not all at one time, but all there. So as you go forward, I think also that you'll find in your packet is a sheet called the 5-Minute Mentor. Now, we know you're going to be real busy and not going to have time to attend all the workshops that we have prepared for you. So there's a series of them that have already been web streamed, podcast, and that you can download synopsis called 5-Minute Mentors. These are designed to help you along the way. How do I pick a committee? How do I get started with that dissertation? And this one I think that you have in your packet is how do I get through that first year? So we're here to help. Look for lots of different workshops that you can participate in, and drop us a note. Come by and see us. And in the spring, as we begin the celebration for the 100 years of graduate education, I hope to see you there. One final note. There is a wonderful table out there, and that person out there is from Athens, Clark County, and she is doing voter registration. So if you're eligible to be a voter in this county, in the state, I would encourage you to stop by that table. Afterwards, we're going to have a wonderful fair with lots of information, but I just want to say, go Dogs, and I want to see y'all at graduation. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning to you, first of all. Thank you for coming out and joining us on a pretty dreary Wednesday, but we thank you for braving the weather anyway. Okay. My name is Marcus Coleman. I'm a PhD student in speech communication and also the president of the Graduate and Professional Scholars. I am happy to welcome you to the University of Georgia. We're delighted that you have chosen UGA as your institution to develop yourself academically, socially, physically, and mentally. UGA is not only a place for scholastic pursuits, but we are a community also. And as a community of scholars, we are here to offer you guidance. We're also here to advocate on your behalf and also to offer support. More specifically, GAPS is a student organization that provides academic and social support to historically underrepresented ethnic minorities, graduate and professional students, while working to help their matriculation through the university. Like the university, GAPS seeks to provide an environment that will encourage the development and enrich the total scholar. Through GAPS, members will share numerous networking opportunities as well as social outlet that serves as a vital support system for graduate and professional historically underrepresented ethnic minorities. We are also hosting a number of events this week. If you would, please come and join us at our booth that we have set up today. You will find some lovely smiling faces in white polos. Also, we want to, as GAPS, as the name alludes, we want to help fill voids for graduate students who are new to graduate school, as well as those who are more seasoned graduate students who join us from graduate institutions and also or graduate programs before you come to the University of Georgia. And as such, those events are events that will allow you to come and meet and greet new people. I would like to announce one change, and that is a change for our orientation. We have an orientation also that is occurring today in the Miller Learning Center in room 101. Again, that's at 3:30, Miller Learning Center, room 101. Please come by again and join us at our booth so you can get more information. Again, in conjunction with the Graduate Student Association and also with the Graduate School, we would like to welcome you to the University of Georgia, and go Dogs.